Yeah, this is the accommodation facility for the students of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. It's a accommodation that can take 500 students. Very, very beautiful edifice, very comfortable rooms. I think that when you get to the room, you see how spacious the rooms are. It's a very good room for learning, and students would have a spacious room that will enable them to have a peaceful mind in studying. This is how spacious the room is. If you look at the washrooms, extremely spacious. Construction is ongoing, and in the next 3 weeks, this project will be completed. Okay. The building ahead of us is the lecture theater, very powerful lecture theater. Each theater can accommodate over 400 students. It's completed, ready to use. It's a multi-purpose building. You can see that it's next to the hospital, so the students can take advantage of the facilities at the hospital for practical purposes. It's a very, very spacious lecture theater fitted with modern learning and teaching facilities. And this is a clear indication of the commitment of the Mills administration to tertiary education. And it's very important that as young people, we must support the government in order to achieve its developmental agenda. I think that the NPP, anytime they see things like this, would want to twist issues. I think that this is clear indication, and the young people can see for themselves that their future can be guaranteed under the NDC government. This is the Vice Chancellor's office, or the administration of the school. Colleagues, it's a beautiful edifice. I mean, if they tell you this is a temporary building, I mean, this is so powerful.
Yeah, and it's important to say that it's only temporary.
This is temporal. This is temporal. This is temporal. And we can take a look at the Vice Chancellor's office. I mean, it's such a very wonderful office. I mean, this is the waiting room of the Vice Chancellor's office, the Secretary's office. Vice Chancellor's Secretary's office. A very nice edifice. This is the Vice Chancellor's office. Another wonderful office. I mean, so spacious for the Vice Chancellor to operate from. There's washrooms and everything here. Very spacious washrooms. Very spacious washrooms. You know. So this very, very wonderful. Let's look at the other rooms. Let's look at the other rooms. So the other offices are for the, you have the finance officer, the development officer, the registrar, the pro-vice chancellor also has his office.
I think this goes to Matthias and his school, who has been shouting on their top of their voices that nothing is happening in terms of the university. They brought pictures into the media. They should be ashamed of themselves, and we are calling on the people of Volta region to ignore whatever they tell them and know that the president of Ghana cares about the region.
Okay, Jerry, you are a popular face on Facebook. What will you tell your colleagues out there about what is happening in your region?
As the lawyers say, the facts speak for themselves. So those who have eyes, I'm sure they will see and know that something is happening. As for those who don't want to see, they will remain blind.
Ghanaians who are watching the show now could see the development and the strides that have been made in fulfilling the promise of the establishment of the University of Health and Allied Sciences in the Volta region for the people of Ghana. Peter, what do you make of these latest pictures coming from the site of the Volta University?
I have always been confident that, I mean, every promise that we've made to the people of this Ghana will come to fruition. When we started that we'll build a university in the Volta region, the MPP was very, very, pessimistic about it. You heard Bruce Derry saying that it was not even necessary to go and build a university in the Volta region and in the Brunhafo region. But we kept to our promise, and we made sure that our promise to build University of Health and Allied Sciences in the Volta region came to fruition. You recall that when the president cut the sword for the project, we stated that there is an Uncle Sekar's laboratory and some other existing structures. And we are going to build emergency structures to make sure that the university kickstarts. Whilst doing that, we were working on the bill and everything to make sure that we can start admitting people and so on and so forth. It didn't come to fruition last year because Parliament had not even done their part. The bill was there, but because of the enormous nature of their job, they were not able to do it. So they were able to pass it this year. So I was confident that we will be able to admit our first students this year. But you see, these are some of the achievements that scares the MPP. These are some of the achievements which makes them think that if they don't win the 2012 election, that is their end. These are some of the achievements which makes them think that 2012 is all that die. But Felix, it is important to lay claim to the fact that if you look at the history of this country, the NDC government have been so phenomenal in how we have contributed to human resource development in terms of education. If you talk of universities, we built 3 universities before we left power. Okay. The UMAT, University of Mines and Technology, Winneba, and UDS. Okay. The MPP in their 8 years built 0. When you talk of polytechnics, we built about 7. The MPP, 0. When you talk about secondary schools, when they were building around 42, we had built over 300 in our 8 years from 1992 to 2000. And when you compare our 3 years or 3.5 years to that of the MPP, 8 years, it's so phenomenal. We've added 2 universities more to the 3 that we built when we were previously in power. So clearly, the MPP cannot be compared to us. But it is important that at this juncture, we look at how we have been able to do so much within 3.5 years to the first 4 years of the MPP. And it will be surprising what the MPP were able to achieve in their first 4 years. Yeah. If you look at the book that was published after their first 4 years, the 4 years of positive change.
Yeah, I think I have a copy.
So far, so good. You also have a copy. Yeah. You will see how embarrassingly the MPP performed in their first 4 years. Yeah.
It's more like a picture.
The document is a 50-page document, and the first 30 pages is President Kufuor meeting with international dignitaries and drinking wine and so on and so forth. The first 20 pages. Yeah. When you move further, you will see a monkey at Fema Monkey Sanctuary smiling.
The proverbial monkey.
Yeah, the proverbial monkey. In fact, I don't know whether because the monkey was smiling, the MPP thought that it was an achievement worth bringing into their 4 years of positive change. But indeed, when you look through, you will see something like typical the Fema Monkey Sanctuary. This is the monkey. And this is an achievement, very broad.
Page 40. That's page 40.
Page 40. Yeah. That's covered the full page. The Kintakitewia monument is an achievement. Statue, the statue is an achievement. And so clearly, you will see the kind of people that we are dealing with. These are people who did not do anything, and they would want to compare themselves to what the Professor Mills administration have done. Okay. Let me briefly look at one district in the Volta region. I think it is important that today we focus on the Volta region. Okay. When you go to the Pando district, the emergency classroom blocks that were built, you will see Pantec, Pando Technical School. You see a very wonderful 6-unit classroom block, clearly built for Pando Secondary School. You see the VACPO, new Adomic KG 2-unit classroom block with the KVIP, wonderful building. You see the Immaculate Conception of the RCJHS 3-unit classroom block, and so on and so forth. So many of them. As you
They're all in the books.
All in the books. And this was done in less than 4 years. Compared to the 2 KVIPs and the 2 classroom blocks the HIPIC classroom blocks sponsored by done by the MPP in their first 4 years. And this was the achievement of the MPP in 4 years. Only 2 HIPIC funded classroom blocks. And KVIP, 60 sister KVIP and so on and so forth. So the MPP cannot compare itself to the NDC at all. Now I would want to look at the Sekondi Takoradi municipality. When you go to Sekondi Takoradi, the area called Sofokrom, they had a landfill site. The way the NDC government have been able to turn around the landfill site, the Efiekuma town roads, all the town roads have been constructed. In fact, some are under construction, but it is. They said they will finish somewhere around June. The Essay Bridge. You talk of the phase 2 of the Abuazi thermal plant, which is favorably on course. The Sekondi, Konfuasi roads, and so on and so forth. Now, last week, I went to the central region, and I was amazed, Felix, I was amazed at the kind of development we've made in the central region. When you go to the Cape Coast Regional Hospital.
Let's take a short break. When we come back, you continue with the presentation. Viewers, we go for another short break, and then we come back, and the presentation continues.
On PM Express, more issues, more analysis, more expert views, more expose. Remember, it's at 9 p.m. every weeknight, exclusively on the Joy News channel.
Introducing the all-new quality LCD TV, the most affordable LCD TV in town, built with you in mind. With inbuilt DVD combo player, you don't need a separate DVD player. USB memory input for truly multimedia capability. This TV can be used as a computer screen and comes with a free wall mount worth 80 Ghana cedis, but yours for free. And for the first time, inbuilt surge protection against power fluctuation. Quality TVs won't break down when the power surges. 24, 32 and 42-inch models starting at just 650 Ghana cedis. Also available on hire purchase to all government employees, police, army personnel, and the general public for as low as 99 Ghana cedis per month. Call 0302-242-532 or 0204-413-484. Watch the African Cup of Nations in style on a quality TV.
Welcome back, viewers. Peter, before we went for a break, we were talking about Sekondi Takoradi. If you can run that quickly.
I was talking about Sekondi Takoradi, and it will surprise you how we've been able to light the whole of the Sekondi Takoradi metropolis.
In terms of street lights
everywhere. You talk of the Hantaman Secondary School, you talk of the Fijai Secondary School, the Archbishop Porter Secondary School, the Takoradi Market Circle, and so on. The kind of development that we've done in Sekondi Takoradi. Now, I moved to Central Region. I went to the teaching hospital, the regional hospital, which the NDC built. And now we've converted it to a teaching hospital. The enormous infrastructure we've built for the University of Caucus Medical School, you can't imagine. When you look at the diagnostic center, it is bigger than the Accra International Conference Center. So huge, you understand? That is the enormous development that we've brought to this country. There is an area called Ahunakufua Road. When you get to that place, the Ahunakufua, and you see the kind of roads that we've done, you'll be amazed.
I understand even Winneba Hospital was a new facility that was built. Somebody tagged me on Facebook.
Yes, Winneba, very wonderful, magnificent building. You understand? Go to Tamale, the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Wonderful, magnificent building.
So all these things culminates into development projects that betters the life of the people.
Thank you very much. That aside, we are not leaving it there. We have been able to be the best managers of the economy in the last few decades. You understand? If you look at the economic indicators, they are so outstanding. Last time I listened to the Deputy Secretary of State for the United States of America when he came to Ghana, and he said Ghana has become the icon of Africa when it comes to development.
I think I heard that on BBC as well.
Yes, and I think we should be very, very happy. We should be proud of that particular feat that we've been able to achieve in 3 years. Just in 3 years. We've been able to turn the economy around beyond the expectation of a lot of people.
Okay.
Beyond the imagination of the MPP.
Okay.
So clearly, I think that the MPP can only wallow in their disappointment, depression, suppression, frustration, and they can even be desperate as much as they want.
In fact, viewers will even agree with me that in the presentation of His Excellency President John Evans Atta Mills at the State of the Nation address, he stressed that even the daily minimum wage, as it came to meet way back in 2008, was about 2 Ghana cedis and then 40 pesos or so. As we speak today, it's been increased to about 4 cedis and over. And even just this evening, announcement was made that there has been an extra 18% increase across board of salaries for public sector workers. And all these things culminates into building and then building a prosperous life for the people of Ghana. Peter, Lagatum Institute actually ranked Ghana in the Global Prosperity Index, being the number 97 position out of 110 position. And it means that we've made an improvement about 12 points on our 2010 rankings. How do you tie in such development projects and then the Ghana today into all these rankings?
Felix, since the NDC took over reins of this country, it has been improvement upon improvement upon improvement. And Ghanaians can understand that when they give us a second term, they will continue to have that improvement.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? The disposable income of people in this country have shot up very enormously.
Exactly so.
People are having an average of about 130% increment in their disposable income. If you don't want this, I don't know what else we will be expecting.
Nana Kumia, the communication director of the MPP, we all recall that some time ago on Newsfile on this same station, he rained verbal assaults on Honorable Deputy Minister of Information, James Ejenim Boateng. Just over the weekend, he put out a very fallacious statement out there that the price of maize has shot up in the country to the extent that kenke, the Ga kenke, the kenke that we eat, the indigenous kenke, the food of the people of the Ga Adang base, has risen to 1 Ghana cedis. Indeed, our checks from all over the country has revealed that even kenke sells as low as 30 pesos in some areas in Accra and between 40 to 50 pesos across the country. Peter, the politics of deception, is it a way out to rescue for the MPP to rescue themselves from the ailing campaign of the flag bearer?
Yes, politics of deception has been part of the MPP's traditional history. You know, they were very deceitful during the Nkrumah days. Yeah. They were very deceitful when we were in power. You recall Nana Akufo-Addo leading the so-called Kumipreku demonstration against VAT. Immediately they came, the first thing they did was to increase the VAT. They kicked against Get Fund, yet they relied on Get Fund to do some projects. They kicked against the NHIS when we started the piloting, yet they came back for the NHIS. So these are very deceitful people, and we must understand. Since we came to power, every good thing that we've initiated in this country, they've kicked against it. Yeah,
but to the extent that you say that the food people eat has shot up, whilst it is not true.
When it is not true. You see, last time I had the opportunity to correct one person. You know, what they do is that they sit on radio and determine the prices of items. So when he comes and say that kenke is 1 cedi, if everybody is watching and he sells kenke, and then he say 1 cedi, okay, then let me take it to 1 cedi. So that is what they do, and that is the game plan. You understand?
It's a carefully orchestrated strategy to get prices to rise for their political advantage.
Yes. You recall that in 2000, Jake authored some document which is out about their politics of negative propaganda and how they will need to create deceit, they will need to lie, they will need to create fear, let people feel very unstable, destabilize the state so that they can win power. And when they went to opposition, they have played this card one after the other.
How does that tie into this agenda, the so-called Agenda 2012 document, a document that Canada Japan quoted from whilst at Manchiagbona and made all sorts of allegations? We have taken the document, we've studied it, and then we even know that the documents originally generated from leading members of the MPP who send them in soft copies to the emails of the members of their communication team. So how possible is it that a document that contains so much errors, grammatical errors, issues of syntax, subject-verb agreement, and issues of logic totally missing in this document, and yet they claim that this was something they chanced upon emanating from professors? Is this an attack on the intellectual community?
Felix, I mean, we must understand the desperation of the MPP. When you are desperate, like a dying horse, the strength with which you paddle your legs is very, 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 very high. So you can understand them. Now, the game plan of the MPP, led by their national chairman, as I have revealed, is to create a state of instability and negative propaganda and deceit. You recall that the first time they mentioned this agenda, 2012 thing, was somewhere in October.
Yeah.
By then, they had not drafted this document. Yeah. By then, this Assembly thing and all those things have not occurred. Yeah. John Boydu said it on radio, Maswa Kofi Juma said it on radio, and there was no document. Immediately, the Assembly thing started unraveling. He being arrested, the names being mentioned, and so on and so forth. They got scared. And they realized that they have to prepare some quick documents.
And divert attention.
And divert attention.
That explains the horrible grammar.
That explains the horrible grammar.
And the holes that are left.
The grammar, the spellings.
Errors. And
you can imagine the three professors and one doctor. Yeah, writing such a document.
Exactly.
And I know Professor Afo very well. I know somebody called Professor Afo.
Okay, yes. But, because I want to know exactly if it's the same Professor Afo.
I know somebody called Professor Afo. Okay. And and deliberately they have decided to put different names, only surnames. Sometimes
Peter,
acronyms.
I see something venue, Winneba. Winneba could be a market space, a church center. I mean, Winneba is a huge community. So where exactly
it could even be a blue kiosk. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. It could even be a blue kiosk. Yeah. So the MPP just drafted this thing in haste to throw it into the system.
Should we take this seriously?
I mean, nobody can take this serious. I mean, if you pick the document, you see it yourself, you see that clearly.
So we should treat it with the contempt
it deserves. Okay. Look at the way they branded it, highly emergency. Okay. Can you imagine? Highly emergency.
I think we shouldn't
This is supposed to be a secret document. I think they would have written classified, but they say highly emergency. I mean, can you imagine?
Back to Professor Mills and then the Better Ghana agenda.
So clearly, I mean, that should be thrown to the doors. Obviously, we know how they did in the Amina case. We recall how they manufactured this NYEP for journalists. How they gave one account to two people.
And I remember the hit list in 2008.
Yeah, the hit list in 2008, and how that led to that NYEP thing led to Akumia's insult on James Ajeni Mbati and so on. Yeah. But in moving on, Felix, it is important to look at the pricing of things, as Akumia have set the pace. Now he has been exposed that Kenke is 1 Ghana cedi. Yeah. When you look at 2001, kerosene 1 gallon was 4,500 cedis, old cedis. Yeah. As of 2007, it has shot up to 57,000 old cedis, which is about 1,166.7% increment. Okay. From 2001 to 2007. Okay. Now let's look at 2009 to 2011 kerosene. Okay. Kerosene in 2009 was 57,000. As of 2011, it was 45,000. Okay. Negative 21% increment. So it reduced.
Fell,
yeah. A bundle of roofing sheets in 2001 was costing 350,000 old cedis. Okay. As of 2007, it has shot up to whooping 13.5 million old cedis. Okay. Which is about 3,757%.
Percentage increment.
Yes. Okay. In 2009, it was 13.5 million. As of 2011, it was 15 million. Okay. How many percent increment? 11%.
11%, yeah.
When you compare cement, cement when they came into power was 17,000. Okay. When they were leaving power, as of 2007, it was 100,000. 488% increment in cement prices. Okay. When we came into power, it was 110,000. Okay. As of 2011 December, it was 120. 9% increment. Okay. When you look at electricity bill for per first 100 units, in 2001 it was 10,000 cedis. As of 2007, it was 122,000 cedis.
Amazing.
Which is 1,120% increment. Now, when you look at 2009, it was 122,000. As of 2011, then it has shot up to 150,000, which is 22% increment. So when you compare the 1,100 and something percent increment,
so the trend continues.
So the trend continues. And let's look at the Kenke thing and expose Akomia. When they came into power in 2001, Kenke was selling for 200 cedis.
Which is now 20 pesos.
No. 20 pesos is 2,000.
Okay.
Which is now 2 pesos. And you will never get it unless you go and buy at Accra Mall.
Okay.
You go and you get that 1 peso or 2.
Yeah.
That was how Kenke was being sold. 200 cedis, 2 pesos, 2 pesos. In 2007, when they were leaving, it was 3,000. 3,000 cedis. A percentage of 1,400%. 1,400%. In 2009, when we came, it was 4,000. In 2011, it's still 4,000. 0% increase.
Yeah.
That is the politics of Kenke. If Akumia wants to do politics of Kenke.
Yeah, but viewers will agree with me that some time ago on the same forum, on the same show, we brought in the chief executive officer of the National Food Buffer Stock Company. And then he mentioned that as part of interventions by Professor Mills-led administration is to stock up cereals for the people of Ghana, so that where there are any shortages on the market, the cereals will be released for the people of Ghana to enjoy. And then to the extent that for the first time in many years, many years, Ghana's food, Ghana's cereals is being bought by the United Nations for export to neighboring Niger and places where there are food shortages. So isn't it rather shocking that a whole communication director of the MPP, who are trying to convince Ghanaians for them to consider their candidates, if even they will, in the 2012 election, to go out there to throw this palpable lie to the people of Ghana? Peter.
You know, Akumia is gradually earning the enviable title of a serial liar. The reason why I'm saying this, when you look at the time this book came out, they denied that the
exactly
book,
so.
And it was led by Akumia. He said,
Exactly
he doesn't know this book.
It never existed.
Yeah, it never existed.
Yeah.
It was never done by the MPP.
Yeah.
Later, they were exposed because the one who authored the book,
Dambuche,
came out to say that it was their book.
Exactly so.
Again, Akumia, on several occasions, have come out to tell lies in his bid to defend Nana Akufo-Addo. This time too, he has done another one. So we can understand that Akumia is somebody who will never stop lying. The MPP will never stop lying. It is their game plan. But what we will continue to do is to continue to tell the truth and beat them with superior arguments. They can choose to describe our superior arguments and our truth as insults. But obviously, when you speak the lies and we bring the truth, you feel insulted.
Yeah, exactly because when somebody is telling you a lie and then you come with records to prove him wrong,
he feels very
naturally
insulted.
You feel that no, this young man has disgraced me. The young man has insulted my intelligence.
And unfortunately, they think the NDC have only young chaps who always expose them, so they have to be branding them, attacking them, calling them small boys, and all those things. But we don't mind. We'll continue to expose them. But let me make a very important point. I think with the issue of the pricing politics, when you look at the bar of key soap, in 2001, it was 3,000 cedis. 3,000 cedis, 30 pesos.
Yeah.
In 2007, it was 22,000. 2 cedis, 20 pesos, which marks a 633% increment from 2001 to 2007. 2009, key soap stood at 22,000. And as we speak, key soap is 25,000. So from 633%, now it has gone up by only 30%.
Yeah, there's a rather very interesting trend in Peter's analysis. The NDC government has argued vehemently over the past 3 years that the persistent effort to reduce inflation, to fight inflation, has yielded positive results. Ghanaians and the MPP keep, some sections of the public, especially the MPP, keep telling us that we don't eat inflation. Inflation, how does it reflect in our pockets? Peter, going by the systematic analysis you've made about the price changes between 2001 to 2008, as when we took over to power till date, we realized that the percentage increase in the price between 2008 up to date is far less than the percentage increase in prices between 2001 and then 2008. How does that defend the argument that the persistent effort to fight inflation has actually generated positive results for the people of Ghana?
Yes, the MPP have always cast doubts on the inflation figures that come out because it beats their imagination. For 8 years, they brought experts, international experts from outside. They couldn't fight it. They couldn't achieve that single-digit inflation. So you can understand them. But the facts are there clearly for everybody to see. That the government have done so well in managing inflation. And I'll tell you how we've been able to do it. We've been able to do it by bringing in the National Buffer Stock Company.
Exactly so, very positive.
Storing a lot of food, so that when the food shortage, when we run, the Ghana system is the dry season and the wet season. We produce our one season and go lean in the other season. So the Buffer Stock Company will buy the products in the harvest season, store them. When there is shortage, they put it on the market. And when there is more on the market, when supply goes high, you understand, prices come down. That is the magic the MPP don't understand. So we store more food. When there is lean season, we just leave them. When we came into power, post-harvest loss was one of the major problems of farmers.
Exactly so.
By this National Buffer Stock Company, we've been able to reduce, post-harvest loss greatly. And most of our people in this country are farmers. So when you are able to solve their problem to that extent, when you are able to empower the cocoa farmers, then you are able to control the system.
Cocoa farmers are enjoying an all-time
high rates, for their cocoa products. And it beats their imagination. You recall that last year, somewhere around March, when the Cocoa Farmers Association visited the president, they had a one-on-one on multi-TV sister station Asempa. And you had a chief saying that when President Mills comes to his hometown, he will lie on the floor for President Mills to walk in. Why? Because he is seeing unprecedented increase in the amount they buy for the cocoa.
And even to push the argument further, the government for the first time is providing free cocoa seedlings to the young men and women who wish to go into cocoa.
All you need to do is to have a place to plant them. That is wonderful. You understand? It beats the imagination of the MPP why we've been able to achieve the 1 million metric tons within this small...
And still rising.
And still rising. It beats their imagination. It is calculatedness. It is about having the team. It's about having the vision, being committed to it, forgetting about building a presidential palace, or spending 71 million on Ghana.
Let me open the phone lines
investing
so that our viewers can also join us and be
people.
part of this discussion. As always, I advise that our comments must be very civil, must be void of any tribal or religious sentiments, and must go straight to the point so that we can allow as many people to be part of this discussion. The phone lines 0302 211-701 or 0302-211-702. You can join the discussion now, and then let's keep this discussion very, very interactive. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, well, let's continue the discussion.
Yes, Felix. You see, it is important to also reveal that in all this economic feats that we've been able to achieve, talk of the 2% budget deficit, which will not happen in any country.
That is impressive.
On the globe. It will not happen to any country on the globe, especially in this particular period. We've been able to achieve that. We've been able to increase our international reserves from 1.8 months, which is 2 billion. Caller.
Hello, Bright.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening, Bright. Calling from who?
Good evening. I am Bright, calling from Volta region.
Exactly. Okay.
My brother Maulolo.
Yes.
You see, Volta region, I'm sorry to say that we are suffering because of people like you. You see, you should be there and champion things that the people need in the region. Is it not amazing for you to be calling those tractors that are, because the Volta regional hospital that massive, with all the nice adjectives you are using? My brother, look at that. You see, you mentioned that you people build 7 polytechnics in the Ghana. You see, changing technical institute to polytechnic is one thing, and building polytechnics is another thing altogether. Look, try to be innovative and develop the country. Don't be there with mediocrity all over.
Thank you very much, Bright. Thank you very much, Bright. We have another caller from Hello.
Babs from Bolga.
Sorry.
Mr. Moderator and Otukuno, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Babs.
Good evening.
Yes, you have done what Napoleon couldn't do. Even the NDC, 7 polytechnics all over the country. But yet the MPP still says that nothing has been done because they are wearing wooden spectacles. They see nothing. And today, the biggest and the gargantuan expose that was revealed to Ghana to let people know who MPP are about the Kenke price. President Mills, kudos. What I saw on telly and what the workers' women themselves said, that Kenke is sold at 50 pesos and then 40 pesos, some places 30 pesos.
Okay.
But yet MPP is forcing us
Okay.
that it is sold at 1 Ghana cedi.
Okay, thank you very much, Babs.
This is the greatest expose.
Okay, thank you very much, Babs. We have another caller. Hello, Sami.
Hello.
Yeah,
Good evening.
yeah, good evening, Sami. Where are you calling from?
Please, I would like to contribute to your program.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, I'm talking from a farm.
Okay.
You said that within 3 years you have been able to produce 1,000 tons of cocoa.
Yeah.
Is it million or 1,000 tons of cocoa?
1 million metric tons.
1 million, yes. And you want to tout yourself with this. Have you forgotten that you cannot grow cocoa within 3 years and get to that level? So why do you want to arrogate the glories thereof to yourself?
Okay,
You know
all right.
Nobody can plant cocoa within 3 years.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. We have another caller at the Muda. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
From
okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm saddened and sad because young people like you, I think if you yourselves are not feeling the better Ghana agenda, like my friend Otukona is sitting down there every day in this same attire that he's wearing. So how can you
I think, hello, my brother, hello. Yes, I think we should be very civil in our comments, and I mean, this is a very interactive program, so exactly so.
You see, in 1 year, we have a place. There are 3 sports that Kenke is sold at 1 Ghana cedi. So what are you people talking about? Look at the Ministry of Agri. They have
where exactly are those sports? Where exactly are those sports? Hello, where exactly? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Where exactly are those sports? Because you don't live in Wa alone. So where exactly are those sports?
Cathedral and prisons and Zongo.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Let me pick Ebenezer. Hello, Ebenezer.
Yeah, I'm Ebenezer Ekowaye who calling from Kumasi.
Okay, Ebenezer.
Asqua Kofi Jimas constituency.
Okay, sure.
My brother, let me tell you, friend Black, NDC people, NDC government have done well for this country. I'm telling you, one of the callers called that he said that the achievement of cocoa from the former what do you call Kufo, she forgot about 1983. What's happened to our cocoa farmers?
Yeah.
You're forgetting about it. 1983, former President Rories did a lot.
Yeah. To the extent that he had to carry cocoa back to students to cross rivers and ponds.
That time I was a student.
Yeah.
I know what's happened to us.
Yeah.
So President Moss, Jerry Rories, they have done massive work for this country.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Okay, thank you. We have another caller. Hello. Hello. I think we've lost that caller. Hello. Yeah, we've lost the caller. Yeah, Peter, if you want to react quickly to some of the concerns that have been raised by our callers.
I think it is important to state that you don't plant cocoa to grow in 1 year, but you harvest yearly. So if the cocoa trees are there are times where the harvest will be very low. There are times where it will be very high. It depends on how you are able to manage it within that cocoa season.
And even that also depends. I mean, you are an agric man. Yeah, it also depends on the breeds of seeds and seedlings that are introduced into the farm.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I can understand my very good brother and the MPP.
Okay, let me take another caller. Hello, Nuruddin.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening,
Nuruddin. My brother. Yeah. My brother. Let me tell you one simple thing. Your better Ghana agenda, the better agenda, it means that bold effort to test sorcery, eliminate violence. That's the better Ghana we are having. If you are doing nothing, we are doing nothing. Just
okay.
Eliminate violence. And we are waiting for you.
Okay, thank you very much. We have Latif. Hello, Latif.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Felix.
Yeah,
good evening to Otikono.
Yeah, good evening, Latif.
Yes, in fact, Otikono, are we doing good to the people of Ghana?
The people of Ghana?
The three northern sector.
Okay.
Felix, Otikono is telling us that a bag of cement is 120.
No, he did some comparisons. Hello.
You know what I heard?
No, maybe you heard him wrong. He did some comparisons between
in 2011. You said one bag of cement is 120 old Ghana cedis. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, Peter will come to confirm that. Yeah.
You said a massive infrastructure upon different or buildings on the polytechnics. Otikono, you never built. You only name it.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nuruddin. Okay, we take our last caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you are.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm Nana speaking from Damango.
Okay, sure, Nana, Damango.
A man went to the hospital asking that he should start eating, that he should reduce the amount of balls of kinky he used to eat. He used to take 5 balls. So he asked the wife to gather all the 5 balls and give it to him as one. So when he went to the hospital, the sickness didn't go away.
Okay.
So you see that if the amount of, if they were buying it even at 30 pesos in 2008, if the amount, they can still sell it at 30 pesos, but the quantity will be less. So, I mean, it could amount, it can gather it at 10, 1 fee as one.
Okay.
Now let's even take school fee.
Yeah, we don't have so much time, so.
SSS.
Yeah.
School fee, how much was it? I paid my native school fee at 1.2. And this time when I went to pay another person's school fee, 3.5.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, you've not told us whether the school fees is for a public institution or in a private institution. But Peter, let's come back to studio. Yeah.
Felix, I was making a point that I mean, when you look at the enormous development that we've made, they talked about the kinky size reducing and the price being the same. Yeah. Today, I followed the president on his tour to the markets. Okay. I saw how he bought kinky himself.
His Excellency bought kinky?
Yeah, for 50 pesos. Oh, okay. And I wish we had the clip today because of time. We were not able to do that. But I'm very sure Thursday you get
Thursday we will do that.
Then we see the size of 50 Ghana pesos kinky. Okay. Then we can say whether it has reduced or not.
Where exactly? In Nima
I am very sure in Nima market.
Okay.
And I'm very sure my very good brother will not be able to eat the 50 Ghana pesos kinky. Okay. One. Okay. But that aside, I was making a point that if you look at the way we've managed the economy, it's so unprecedented. You recall that the Economy Watch of United States of America last year said Ghana, in terms of global access to credit, we were number 1. Yeah. The reason why we were number 1 is that we've been able to reduce inflation and maintain it, thereby bringing prime rate down. Then the prime rate coming down also brings the interest rate down. Okay. So a lot of people can access credit. Okay. So global access to credit, we topped. 30 seconds. Now, that aside, we have done so well to make this economy viable for investors to come in. Yeah. Last year, the FDI was foreign direct investment, 3 billion. Yeah. We shot it up to about 7 billion. Exactly so. Creating 46,731 jobs. Okay. If you don't want this, then I don't know what else you want. All right. Let me also finally let me add quickly, that the MPP, when they came into power, all the things that they tout as achievement, all happened in the second term. Talk of the NHIS. It was passed on the 18th of March 2004, started somewhere in February 2005. Okay. Talk of the capitation grant. It started 2005, 2006. Talk of the NYEP. It started in 2006 after registering 1 million people. Yeah. Talk of the LEAP. It started 19th March 2008. Talk of the school feeding program. 3rd March 2006. So obviously the first term, the MPP was sleeping. Okay. They were not doing anything. They were taking pictures of smiling monkeys on page 30 of their book. Okay, all right. And a district library at Nkwanta. These were the developments they were doing. Okay, thank you. And President Kufuor was drinking wine all over. Yeah. And that was the achievement.
Let me on this note.